Holiday season is coming up, and if you still have no idea what to get for your friends and family, then this video is for you. Today I'm going to be sharing 10 DIY gift ideas using mostly things that you already have at home. These are all super easy to make, and I'll be giving detailed step-by-step instructions, so feel free to follow along. For this first idea, we're going to make a pop-out gift box. I don't know about you, but I've been seeing these clips all over my social media. I couldn't really find any tutorials, but I finally figured out an easy way to make this. Use a ruler to draw out squares that are 2.5 inches wide. Draw out 4 in a row so that you can make a cube later on, and I recommend making at least 3 of these for the best effect. I'm also adding on an extra piece at the end so that I can glue it together. You want to make sure that the elastic bands you're using are the same length as the diagonal of the squares when it's unstretched. Once you're done with drawing the squares, cut them out and you should end up with 3 strips of paper, each with 4 connected squares. Then just fold along the lines for all 3 pieces. Before you glue them together, you can also customize them however you like. I'm using some markers to draw on some Christmas patterns and just making them look really colorful. Now comes the important part. Take your elastic band and hot glue it to these parts here. Make sure that it's glued on really well so that it doesn't fall off. Once this is done, hot glue the ends together so that it forms a cube. Do this to the other 2 cubes and you're pretty much done. To set it up, just stretch it like this, and you kind of just have to shove it flat into the gift box. This took me a few tries to get right, but I eventually did it. You can also optionally add on some confetti or foam hearts like I did, and include a holiday card at the bottom. And here's the final results. For this next idea, we're going to make a super cute candy cane keychain. First, cut a small piece of jewelry wire and pick out some red and white beads. Then just put the beads onto the wire in an alternating red and white pattern. Once you're done putting on the last bead, twist the end of the wire around it to secure it in. Secure on the keychain ring, and that's pretty much it. This one is super quick to do, so I highly recommend it as a last-minute stocking stuffer. If you want your gift card to be extra special and stand out, then this idea is for you. First, fold a piece of cardstock paper in half, then draw on 3 lines. The first 2 lines should be of equal length and the third one should be slightly shorter. It doesn't really matter how long they are exactly, but mine are 2 inches and 1 inch long. Use scissors to cut along these lines, and you should end up with something like this. Fold along the lines so that you have 2 rectangular shapes, then open the card and fold it inwards. This will give you the base, and now you can decorate it however you want. I'm going to be decorating mine as a Christmas present using colorful paper and ribbon. You can also decorate your card into a 2-layered cake or even a castle. On the side, you can also write your holiday greetings or a nice message. Once you're done decorating your card, glue another piece of colored paper on the back. Here's what the final product looks like. For the next idea, we're going to be making another gift card. This one is a little bit more challenging than the last one, but the results are super cool, so I recommend giving it a try. First, cut out a 5x5 inch piece of cardstock paper. Fold the paper along each diagonal and also vertically and horizontally across. Measure out a 1.5 inch square and cut it out. Once you unfold your paper, you should have something that looks like this. Fold the paper in half again and tuck each side in so that you have something that kind of looks like a house shape. Draw out 2 rectangles that are the same length as the folded paper, then cut this out and fold it in half. Add glue onto one side of the folded paper, then glue it onto the rectangle. Similarly, Glue on the other side too so that you have something that looks like this. Next, measure out a 5x2 inch piece of paper and cut it out, then fold it into 4 equal pieces. Add glue onto the areas indicated here and press on the piece of paper. Then, as you close the card, the paper should compress together like this. You can now decorate the card using pictures of you and your friends or family, or just draw in cute designs and write messages. Again, this one is a little bit challenging, but I think that the final results are super cool. If you love folding paper stars but never know what to do with them, then this one is for you. You can either use star folding paper or just cut your own strip of paper. Start by making a loop with the paper and you should have a pentagon. Fold the rest of the paper along the edges of the pentagon and tuck the end in. Then use your finger to press along the edges to make the corners of the star. Now just repeat this process and make a bunch of these. I don't exactly know how many you need, but around a small handful should be enough. Get a piece of paper and make a paper ball and use tape on the ball so that it holds its shape. Then use hot glue to glue the stars onto the paper and make sure that each star is as close as possible. Do this all around the paper ball so that you have a ball of stars. To assemble it into a bouquet, I'm using pink tissue paper and loosely folding it together. Make a cone using cardstock paper and put the tissue paper in. You can also hide a small present in there like some candy before adding the ball of stars on top. I think this one looks super cool, and if you already have a bunch of paper stars, then it's super simple to make too. This next idea is more so a gift box idea, but I still think it's really cute. If you have a bunch of small presents and don't know how to wrap them, or if you don't want to just put them into a paper bag, then this idea is for you. Get 2 large pieces of paper and trim along the edge of one of them so that it's slightly smaller than the other piece. Then fold the paper across horizontally and vertically, and also along each diagonal. Fold the corners towards the center, then fold this layer again towards the center. Do this for all 4 corners, then make a triangular crease right here and fold the corner inwards. Do the same thing for the other corner and you should end up with a box. Repeat the same steps for the lid of the box using a larger piece of paper. You can either stop here or you can transform this into a heart-shaped box. To make this into a heart shape, push one of the corners of the box inwards and fold along the creases so that it stays in place. Do the same thing for the lid of the box, and you can optionally use tape to secure the folds together. Now you can place any Christmas presents inside and close the box by pressing on the lid. If you have a lot of leftover ribbons from gift wrapping and you don't know what to do with them, then here's an idea for you. Get a hair clip and cut a piece of ribbon slightly longer than the hair clip. Add hot glue onto the back of the hair clip and glue one end of the ribbon on. Then add a bit of hot glue along the front and press the ribbon on. Secure the other end by opening the hair clip, adding on hot glue, and pressing the ribbon on. For the bow tie, I recommend using a wider piece of ribbon. Tie a knot at the center and tie a bow tie as you normally would. Before cutting off any excess ribbon, I recommend adding some hot glue to the area where you're about to cut so that the ribbon doesn't fray. Once the glue dries, cut off the excess ribbon, then add some hot glue to the back and press it onto the hair clip. You can also try different color combinations for the ribbons or even customize it using beads. For this next idea, we're going to be making a layered gift box. This is perfect for if you want to gift a present in a very special way and make the gift box extra personalized. Use a ruler to measure out a 3x3 square, with each small square being 2.5 inches. Cut this out and also cut out each edge square so that you end up with something like this. For the lid, measure out a square that is 2.5 inches and also add on around 0.5 inch to all 4 sides. Cut this out and also remove the corners, then fold along the lines and use tape to secure the corners together. Cut out 4 1.5 inch squares, as well as a lid for the smaller box inside. Tape the corners of the lid of the smaller box too, and also tape the 4 squares to the center of the paper. You can now decorate your box using washi tape or markers, or add on personalized messages or pictures on each of the squares. Once you're done decorating, close the smaller lid first, then fold up the outer squares and close the bigger lid. You can also add a small present in the center of the gift box, and you'll end up with something like this. For this next idea, we're going to be making a star keychain. Get a piece of plastic sheet and trace out a star. Cut this out and trace it onto another piece of plastic sheet and cut it out so that you have 2 identical stars. Use a pipe cleaner and bend it along the edges of the star. Use hot glue to secure it along the border of the star and repeat the same process for the other star. Add on a small ring to a short piece of pipe cleaner and twist it into a loop. Then hot glue this onto the star. Next, you can customize your keychain by adding on whatever filling you want. I'm using little gems, but you can also use beads, glitter, or even cut out pictures. Once you're finished, add hot glue all around the border of the other star and gently layer it on. Add a bit more hot glue to the border to make sure that it's fully secure, and you can also optionally add on ribbons to the side. Finally, add on the keychain ring, and that's pretty much it. This one looks so cool when you shake it, and it's so much fun to play with. I'm sure we've all seen these super cute rose bears in stores, but they can be quite expensive. For this DIY, I'm going to show you how you can make a way cheaper alternative that still looks super good. This is one of my favorite ideas, and it's also fairly simple to make. Get some paper that you find in shipping boxes, and make some paper balls with them. You're going to need 1 for the head, 1 for the torso, 2 for the arms, and 2 for the legs. Use tape to secure the balls so that they don't unwrap, and then also use the tape to assemble them together. As you can see from mine, this looks really bad right now, but I promise you just have to trust the process. Once you have something that kind of looks like a sitting mummy, make 2 small paper balls and use them as the ears. Tape them onto the head, and now you have the base of the bear. Get a piece of tissue paper and cut out a long strip. I'm using pink, but you can use any color you want, or even make it multicolored. To make the rose, twist the tissue paper loosely, then wrap it around itself like this. Rip off the excess end and you'll have something like this. Use hot glue to glue this onto the bear and repeat the process. This still kind of looks bad, but trust me, once you add on enough roses, it'll start to come together. Once you've covered the entire bear with tissue paper roses, use a ribbon to tie a bow tie around the neck. Cut off the excess end, and now you have a super cute rose bear. This one turned out super cute and is definitely one of my favorites. Let me know in the comments which one was your favorite DIY.